Daikyu is an asymmetric Tenno longbow that everyone else reviewed May of last year. As such, I'm a little late to the party. However, I'm here specifically to review a mod called Spring-Loaded Broadhead, which increases the Daikyu's damage by 40% if the target is more than 15 meters away. Now, this works in a similar function to the Bane mods, in that it will increase all damage by 40% after mods have been taken into account. And this stacks with Bane mods as well. 15 meters isn't actually that far away, so it's a generous distance to be able to get the bonus damage from. And when you're fighting against Grineer and Corpus, you should be able to make use of the damage mod almost all the time, especially since they will stick to primarily ranged engagements. Now, as I said, the Daikyu adds 40% damage bonus after all other mods have been taken into account, and it stacks like a multiplier with Bane mods instead of stacking additively. So, if you have a Bane mod for 30% extra damage, and you have the Spring-Loaded Broadhead for 40% extra, instead of getting 70%, you actually get an 82% damage increase against a particular faction, which, on top of all your other mods, is actually a very significant boost. Even with just Spring-Loaded Broadhead on its own with a 40%, overall it actually does make a lot more of a difference than, say, an extra 90% Elemental would. Making use of Spring-Loaded Broadhead against the Grineer and the Corpus is relatively easy, as they will engage you at a distance. Infested is typically a different matter, as they do like to charge you with melee attacks. Now, if you've got abilities that will slow the infested down or even stop them in their tracks, then you can maintain the appropriate distance and make use of the mod's bonuses. What I do like about this mod is that if you can keep your distance, it will be very effective in the void. Now, you can't stack it with a Bane mod like you can with the other factions, but it will effectively serve as a replacement for the Bane mod and allow you to gain bonus damage in some form. So, is Spring-Loaded Broadhead worth it for the Daikyu? Yes, if you like to use the Daikyu, it's a worthwhile mod. It's absolutely worth picking up. It's very, very decent if you can keep your distance, due to not only its ability to work on any faction, but the fact that it can stack with Bane mods for a lot of bonus damage, especially the Prime Bane mods. However, if you're looking for this as a means of replacing your Dread or your Paris Prime, don't bother. It's still outclassed. Now we come to the issue of obtaining this mod. Now, you can buy it off other players, but since this used to be a PvP exclusive mod, you would need to buy it for 30,000 Conclave standing from Teshin. You know, Conclave? Conclave. PvP? Yeah, PvP. So it's either PvP or trade with another person. And if you're not a PvP fan, then it might be worth passing on this mod, unless you've got a friend who likes PvP and is willing to share it with you. Now, I'm going to leave you with a couple of clips of it in action in PvP, since it allows one-shot kills in the body, which is awesome, but at the same time a bit bullshit. But then again, it needs something to counter that long draw time. 1.8 seconds is a lot, so it's got to pack some punch. So to summarise, Spring-Loaded Broadhead is absolutely worth it for the Daikyu. If you like using the Daikyu and it's your type of weapon, and you're willing to either PvP or trade, it's worth picking up. It still won't outclass the Dread or the Paris Prime, and those two bows will remain superior. Heck, even the Raptor Cernos is probably better than this in PvE. But it's still worth it if this weapon is for you.